It's grimy, it's dingy, not the kind of place that you really want to be after hours, but my new buddies were all good with it, so I'm with them. Hello and welcome. I'm Kira Robson and this is No Context. All right, so here we go. This is the start of something I have been wanting to do for ages, for a long time now, probably over 10, 15 years. I've loved interviewing people, chatting to people, getting all their stories. It started off with my granddad. I've got a wicked interview with my granddad, and I've never really done anything with that footage. I've just done it for the love of doing it. So now it's time to do it properly. So welcome to my podcast. So this podcast is just me being totally real with you and sharing quite a few of my stories, and hopefully yours too at some point. No filter, no pretending, just raw and real, honest stories. And I've got a few stories too. So I've been to the most radioactive place on the planet. I've been to Chernobyl before it was sealed off and before the war started. I spent my teenage years sneaking into abandoned buildings. So abandoned buildings, derelict places has always been a theme. I've accidentally walked into drug dens. I've trained as a mechanic and welder, and I've lived through things as a kid and with my health now that I'm still working out. Life has been messy, fun, and ridiculous, sometimes all at the same time. And that's what this podcast is all about. Just sharing some truth on things that I've lived through. Probably some stories that you'd share after a few drinks, or maybe not at all. So I'm going to dive straight into it. This is episode 1, and I'm going to share with you a story that sort of shows a bit of my background, a bit of my naivety, shall we say, growing up in my later teen years. So the story starts with me sort of hanging around with a new crowd, I guess. I used to go to a few house parties, not too many, but yeah, I went to this particular house party and there was some people there that I just sort of started hanging out with, 2 guys and a female. And yeah, we started just hanging out. We'd gone to this particular house party, and one of them said, shall we turn it up? Shall we go to a rave? Now, back in the day, back in my late teens, still now, I'm not the life and soul of the party. I am a bed by 9 o'clock sort of person. I'm tired at the best of times. I can sleep anywhere. Anyway, so when this particular person said, shall we go to this house party? Instead of going, you know what, I'm a bit tired, I think I'm going to call it a night, I said, hell yeah, being the people pleaser that I am. So the 4 of us piled into my Hyundai Atos. If you've never seen one of them vehicles before, think of a fridge on wheels. Yeah, it's probably got the horsepower of a hairdryer or a mobility scooter. Anyway, yeah, so the 4 of us pile into this Hyundai Atos and we're flying down the motorway. I say flying, you can imagine it. And on the way there, one of them perks up and says, oh, I need to pick something up on the way. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe this guy wants to pick up a jacket. I didn't actually know where he lived, so it could have been to his own house, because we were heading towards the city. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe he wants to pick up a jacket, maybe some snacks. So anyway, we end up at this tower block of flats. It's grimy, it's dingy, not the kind of place that you really want to be after hours, but my new buddies were all good with it, so I'm with them. Anyway, we go to this block of flats, walk up a few flights of stairs that smelt of despair, and my own regret, I think. But yeah, walk up these flight of stairs. One of them knocks on the door, and I walk into what only can be described and is a drug den. So I waltz in with my buddies, and everybody's like, to be fair, super friendly, really, really nice. Everybody's offering you a drink, offering you even something to eat, that sort of thing. I think there was three people in there. Memory's hazy. It was 15 years ago plus, probably. Anyway, so I sit at the table because I'm, as I said earlier, super tired, and they start chatting, passing drinks around, passing smoking paraphernalia around, that sort of thing. And I am at this table, I'm nodding off. I'm literally about drooling down my arm because they were talking for some time. It was at least an hour. I mean, it could have been less. I was that tired. Time passes very slowly to me when I'm tired. But yeah, so I'm there, super, super tired. They're having a whale of a time. And one of the guys that owns this place asks me, do you want a nap? Do you want somewhere to have a kip? And rather than say, no, you know what, I'm going to drive home, I acted like it was the best Airbnb host ever. And hell yeah, I'll take a nap. So yeah, they get up, just me, and there's this other girl that I was with. She was like, I'll come with you. To be fair, I felt pretty safe. That was probably the tiredness, I don't know. But so we get up in this place that's literally, think of your nan's living room, but really, really like she's let it go. Anyway, yeah, so we get up and they're taking me out of this, it's like a kitchen front room, I don't know what it was, but they take me out into this like hallway, and we're just walking down this hallway, and they walk past this dark hole that's like, he lets me know that's the toilet, the bathroom. And I distinctly remember two children. They must have been like literally probably just a bit older than my two. And they're just there. This was late at night, and they're there. And I just remember their little eyes looking up at me. They seemed totally like relaxed, nothing. But that was like, yeah, that was really weird. Anyway, so these two kids passed them. And then there's this, you can tell that this building, has been knocked. It's like an apartment that's been knocked into two, I don't know how many buildings, but they've knocked through a wall basically. And I have to step over this hole that's between two, like this hole that's between two rooms to, I don't know, there's a hole, a cavity, something like that. But I have to step over that into this other corridor. And then they show me into this room. To be fair, I couldn't see much of the room. It was dark. They don't like lights, do they? It was dark. There was like dingy lighting, as to what I remember. And I'm pointed to this mattress, that in my really tired state looked like the best thing ever. But yeah, it was a mattress. Yeah, my friend goes and gets on this other mattress. Like she playing on a phone, I don't know. I can't really remember. And that was it. Literally, best night's sleep ever. Slept like a baby. And by that, I don't mean waking up crying, messing myself in the night. I just really good night's sleep. So yeah, slept. Woke up in the morning to what only can be described as an outtake, deleted scene from This Is England. People asleep in weird places, that sort of thing. And I woke up and realised, what the hell have I done? Like, I'd not even been drinking. This was just a tired decision. So yeah, woke up, everybody's asleep. I tried to wake my friends. They were comatose. They were breathing. Check, they were breathing. But yeah, absolutely comatose. So I had work. I worked at a care home at the time, and I had work. So I said gathered my things. It was just probably just my phone. Still had my clothes on. stunk of whatever the building, just regret and despair, the smell. Not good. Anyway, woke up, got my stuff together, got out of the building. Can't remember who let me out. That's a blank on that one. But yeah, got out of the building, walking towards my car, looking up at this block of flats, like, what have I just done? Like, what have I just witnessed? I feel like I've just been in a movie scene. Getting my little Hyundai ATARs, and I scurry back home. Straight to work. So yeah, that was my night in the best, worst Airbnb drug den. Wasn't really an Airbnb, but yeah, that ever happened to me. I didn't, after that point, really have much to do with them friends again. Never got to go to that rave. That was the saddest point. Never been to a rave in my life. So yeah, that's just a little story of my naivety at that time. Obviously, in hindsight, I was tired. Now I'd go to bed. Value it more than anything. Not such a people pleaser. Don't hang around with that sort of people. But it's just one of my many crazy stories that I end up, that have happened to me and that I end up in over the years. So just so we're clear, this podcast is just about my stories. I'm not condoning any of this to anybody. I'd actually advise you not to do things like this. Follow your gut if your gut's telling you that it's probably not the best of ideas. That could have gone very different, but it didn't. And I'm here to tell the tale and tell you not to do silly things. I was 18, I was clueless, and I was lucky to survive half of what I've got up to. So that was just one night in my life. Believe me, there's quite a few more like that. So on the next episode, I'm going to be taking you to Chernobyl, one of the most radioactive places on the planet. I'm going to be showing you some of my footage that I captured there, some pictures and some video. So before the reactor was actually sealed up and before the war started and Russia took over. So stick around because the chaos is only just getting started. I'm Kira Robson and this is No Context. Please like, share, subscribe, get your friends involved, drop me a comment, go wild. Thank you for watching.